creativity. How about that? That's a good one. Come on around the table of your own creativity. Stop watching everybody else's creativity. You feel me? Y'all will sit back and watch everybody else's creativity. Y'all will sit back and watch everybody else's creativity and then get mad at their creativity or their content based on the fact that you don't have your own. And you don't have your own, so you'll sit back and judge everybody else's, saying movies that they write or, producers songs that they produced. And you'll sit back on the outside of life and then watch everybody else's story. That's what people do all the time. You feel me? They'll sit back and watch your story. You heard me? This is Kendrick B. Davis, Sr., your thought-provoking specialist. And of course, y'all know I'm on assignment by now. Y'all should know I'm on my assignment. So I'm also your health conscious coach and your intellectual content creator. You know what I'm saying? Your podcast professor, even with this hoodie on. Don't you ever get it twisted. I'm your podcast professor. And so at the same time, y'all know I'll sit here under the guidelines and restrictions that I have for myself. Certain times in this thing called life, you might have to put your own personal guidelines on your thought process and your imagination, your creativity, and your understanding and your comprehensiveness and your comprehension. How about that? That's a good one. Your comprehension. Put it on there. And so where's my music? Y'all know I just came in. I just started right on up because at the same time, I was also, debating whether or not I would even do it. And so at the same time, for me to be here right now and I'm doing it, yeah, that goes for something. That has some type of value. That must have some type of value or some type of worth, some type of some type of something. Just the mere fact of the matter that I made it. Did you hear me? I say just of the fact that you made it, ma'am. You made it to this point in your life. You made it. Do you know how many people that did not make it to where you are? Do you know how many people that did not make it to this day, June 11th? And I looked up at the clock just a second ago. Well, it seems as though it was a second ago. I saw June 11, 11/11. So it was 11/11, and it was June 11. And so y'all tell me what that means. And so I'm here this morning, just under the guidelines of my own understanding, my own comprehensive, my own human value, that I come to this earth, saying as a spirit, but is in this avatar. We're all in this avatar. And so the avatar by which you have been given, ma'am, might as well take care of it. You might as well do all the necessary things to make sure that you are alkalinic in every facet of the word. In your spirit first. Your alkalinity has to be spiritual. That's the real true you, ma'am. A queen in the earth, that's the real true you, is your spirit. We're just in this avatar called the body. And we also have a mind that matriculates through all of them. I think they're all intricately interwoven. Your spirit, your mind, and your body is all intricately interwoven. Sometimes you're going to have to know how to separate which one is speaking. Is it my spirit speaking? Is it my mind speaking? Or is this my body speaking? And so at the same time, you'll get a full understanding. Did you hear me? I said you'll get a full understanding when you start dissecting, when you start making the correct aware assessments and the aware values of the individuals that's around you. So kings in the earth, I'm here to tell you that if it's individuals that's around you that's not supporting, that's not pushing you into your divine destiny, they might not be holding you back, but they might not be pushing you forward either. I'm just here to let you know that you might have to make an assessment and an evaluation based on the individuals that's in your presence, in your immediate presence. Ooh-wee. And so I'm just sitting here. I'm dealing with my own. Did you hear me? I said, I'm dealing with my own. Based on the fact that your body will let you know when you've done too much. I said, your body will let you know when you've done too much. And so I'll sit here with my little swollen elbow. Hey, you heard what I said? I said, I'll sit here and suffer the consequences of my swollen elbow. Just going down to the gym, trying to do it too much, too fast, Yeah, your body will let you know that you done did too much, right? So you know what? I know everybody keep telling me, hey, look, we know that you don't have the paid service. They say we know that you don't have the paid service, sir. You don't have the paid service. Because if you had the paid service, then it wouldn't go into, the commercials. How many people know I didn't know that? You see that? That's what I'm saying. There's no perfection in the earth. There's actually no perfection in the earth, man. No one's perfect. And so individuals that try to walk this thing out as if they're perfect, as if they done crossed all their T's and dotted all their I's. People in the earth do that to you. There's no big I's or little U's. We're all in this thing together, if the truth be told. I say we're all in the matrix together, as the truth be told. And so I don't know, about 3 o'clock this morning, why the creator of all things would show me this experiment. That I just so happen to be strolling on my phone and I see this experiment that this young man in a jacket, in a lab coat that will come, and he came in front of the camera. Nope, never seeing his face. Did you hear me? Never seeing his face, just came in front of the camera. And so he showed where he had a jar about this big. It almost looked like a jar, like it could be a hair grease jar. And so he took and dropped this little thing that had these fleas in this little contraption, and he dropped it into the jar. And as he dropped these fleas into the jar, he politely took the lid and screwed it tight. And at the same time, so I sat here and I watched this with a whole nother perspective by which I want to share with you. I ain't even sit down here to say all this morning. But at the same time, 3 o'clock this morning, as I view this experiment of this young man just taking it and putting some fleas in a jar, and he closed the lid and he said he'd keep them there for 3 days. It was 72 hours by which he came and he walked away from the jar. You can see him. He walked away from the jar. And 3 days later, it says 3 days later, he came back into the frame of the picture by which I was viewing. And at the same time, he said he took the lid off the jar, and the fleas would not go outside of the limits by which had been, capped off to them. They would not even come out, even with the lid off, they would not even come out of the top of the jar. Ooh-wee. And so at the same time, then the next frame showed that the jar around that contained the fleas were missing. I don't know if they broke the jar or how they did it, but I just see that the jar around the fleas was missing. And did you know that the fleas still stayed within the constraints of where that jar originally had them, that they had been trained, that in 3 days they were trained. They were taught not to go past the limits by which that 3-day experience did for them. I listen, y'all, I saw that and ooh wee. I thought about, is that across the board? Is that experiment, does that experiment go across the board throughout humanity? The same thing they done with that experiment with the fleas is, can humanity be the same way? Can humanity be limited in that same construct by which they showed us that the fleas never left the parameter that was instilled in them in that 3-day period of time? And so, y'all know I am the thought-provoking specialist. Y'all know I came in here with an assignment. I believe that the creator of all things allowed me to see certain things. For whatever reason, by me being a forever learner, I'm always learning. I'm always open to knowledge, to information. Maybe I owe this to grandma then. Did you hear me? I said, maybe I owe this to my great-great-grandmother. The one that used to tell me to go get the encyclopedia, sir. Hey, son, go get the encyclopedia, because my punishment was the encyclopedia. Go get that book. Go get a book. Read a book. And so it just made me a reader. And I think what psychology has done for me more than anything else, what psychology has done for me was it made me a researcher. So now I got a reader early on and a researcher later on in life, all in one. And so at the same time, y'all know I just come here and spit knowledge and drop some knowledge and cause y'all to think past the narratives by which we've been orchestrated in this jar, like the fleas. And I wonder, does that happen throughout nature? If you box some people in long enough that they will not even have a desire to go outside the box by which you've blocked them in for years. Ooh-wee. And so at the same time, y'all know I just come. I'll come and just share my knowledge and my information and my wisdom and my theoretical framework by which I've conjured up, and I see things differently. I've always been that way. I always see things from a holistic perspective. And now through this speaking ever since October 15th, 2022, when the creator of all things said, open the laptop and speak into the mind of the people. I've been here on my assignment, standing on my ding, standing on my consciousness, standing on my value, standing on my worth in the earth to pour. So maybe I am a pourer, like I've been called to be, like I've been commanded to be, like I've been charged to be, a pourer. I'll always be the one that pours. Never having a desire to be a drain on anybody. You're going to be anything connected to that white bowl that we spit in for the last 57 years. I spit in a white bowl that reflects a mirror every day, every morning. We done made it so common. We've made it so natural just to go and brush our teeth. Our mind be racing about all the other things in life that we got to do for that day. Sometimes you don't even take the time to look in the mirror. I believe that sometimes in this thing called life, the creator of all things will cause you to look in the mirror. So watch yourself. You are the value. Watch yourself. Stand outside of yourself and look down in on yourself with the value by which you understand for yourself. and the worth that you come in this earth with, and the quality, even the quantities, because we're multifaceted individuals. So there has to be quantities that's in us as well, quantities, a certain amount. Yeah. And so at the same time, get on out your comfort zones, man. Hey, aunties in the earth, get on out your comfort zone now. I know we've been boxed in for years. Maybe I've been called to be the flea that will pop outside of the matrix, pop outside of the constraints by which we've been conditioned. We sit down here to say all this. And so I see, I understand, I comprehend, I'm aware, I'm alert, I acknowledge, I accept. Yeah. I create, I become, I became, I be. I've been, I've saw, I've conquered, I've capable, I have capable. You heard what I said. I ain't scared of you. I have capable. ED. Yeah. Just like I'm capable. And so sometimes people don't even know themselves well enough to sit with themselves long enough to even figure out about themselves. They're not even willing to sit down with self and evaluate self. Evaluate who you are in the earth. Evaluate that. You attach yourself to certain things and then push that thing forward, and you attach yourself to it and then make it become your own, but it's still not yours because you didn't sit down with self first and then made it originally, organically, authentically yours because you done searched self and you found your innermost self. That's where your power lies. That's where your provisions lie, sir. Your provisions lie within self. Yeah, your perspectives about which you view this thing called life and life's curriculum, it's all through yourself. It's through you that you have to view it. Even in the midst of it all, sometimes you might have to step outside of yourself and watch you do it. Ooh-wee. As you watch everybody else do it, watch you do it too. Because you're looking down in on yourself as you do it. And so, y'all know I ain't sit down here to say all this. I don't even have this to say when I first sit. Something happens to me. And so, even in the midst of the pain, you still have power. Did you hear me, sir? I said, even in the midst of the pain, you still have power. Tap into your power. Because pain is a prerequisite for it. You can't have power without going through pain. Pain is a prerequisite for the power. Did you hear me? I say pain is a prerequisite for the power. And so, if you have these painful experiences, if you find yourself enduring pains of life, growing pains, pains that will increase your value and your worth, because you understand it through pain. Maybe pain is the greatest teacher. Did you hear me? I say maybe pain is the greatest teacher. Pain is. And so be taught. Be taught by your experiences. Be taught by your painful understandings. Be taught. Let it teach you. It's okay. It's okay. And it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Did you hear me, King? I said it'll be okay. Hey, Queen, did you hear me? I said it will be okay. It'll be all right. As we say in Miami, it'll be all right. It's going to be all right. I promise you it's going to be all right. You just got to walk through it and get through it. Understand it and comprehend it to the highest value of your painful experience. Understand it with the highest value of your painful experience. Understand it. And let it become. Let it become your power. Let it become your position. Let it become your peaceful space. Because sometimes pain will sit you down, have you in a place of you're going to have to grab peace out of that place of pain. Yeah. Isolation and serenity. Yeah. Isolation will do it to you. Isolate yourself, and I promise you, you'll come out victorious. Because isolation is a part of the preservation. So he'll preserve you through isolation. He'll preserve your mind and your spirit through isolation, getting away from it, finding yourself, finding your inner being, your innermost self. So y'all get this out of me, even when I don't come down here scripted. I don't come writing nothing. I'm not reading anything. My eyes is closed, and y'all can hear it out my spirit. But if you can't, that means you're not a chosen one, and you might just be in the wrong place. And so at the same time, all chosen ones stand up. All chosen ones be counted. Raise your hand. Say, I'm here. Say, I'm present. I'm present. I'm present. And be accounted for. Be impactful. Be influential. Just be. ... So, ooh-wee. Thank y'all for chiming in. Thank y'all for tapping into my assignment. Sometimes I know I missed Monday. I caught it yesterday, and then I'm here today. Today is Wednesday, June 11th. And I paid attention. It said 11/11, June 11th. So at the same time, these 11s and 11/11 and 111, we all know is a frequency by which we all can tap into. 1111 hertz. Google it for yourself. 1111 hertz. And say, what is the spiritual significance? What is the benefits of 1111? So get out your comfort zones. Go ahead on and see the world for what it is. Embrace all of the ups, the downs, the trials, and the tribulations. Embrace the wins and the losses. Because the losses still learned something. You still learned something from your losses. Just like how you learn from your wins, I believe that the losses teach harder. Just like your successes is always going to be over your failures. But you got to learn from both sides of the spectrum. Success, tap into it, feel it, embrace it, understand it, comprehend it. But you still going to have to acknowledge your failures too. I'm just asking you not to stay there